The mysteries of this.
You're like Ola May on Ghost.
Yeah, Ghost. Yeah. Or
I love that movie.
Yeah, I was watching
God.
Ghost on the.
God.
I watched Ghost on the way to Georgia and was crying on the plane. And
Demi
Molly,
Moore, dear God. That's how
Yeah.
she got her part, because she can cry on a freaking dime. Welcome to KAWmedy Krow podcast, where we put the Ka in comedy.
welcome to another episode of the KAWmedy Krow podcast, episode 27. Our guest today is Sonny of Loudmouth Comedy. We're happy to have you. Yeah.
Thanks for having me,
you're
Christopher.
you're such a delight.
Man, I love it. I got some new outside the house roommates. Y'all so chill. I've enjoyed myself already, and we just getting on there.
I'm Christopher Key Tyler, CKT, and the lovely and wonderful love of my life, wife, and all the above, everything that you don't even know is her right there. Amy Quirk, everybody.
Hey, Amy.
And we have KAWmedy Krow here hanging out as well. We've got a lot of announcements before we get started. Lots of shows coming around the corner. We just... I'll talk about the past, but coming up in the future, our comedy brunch has been pushed to October. They've got a lot of stuff going on over at the meadery, so we're doing it in October. Crow fights round. The second one will be at Solaris, or the third one technically at Solaris Beer and Blending in October 13th, Sunday. We're gonna start that show a little earlier. I think we're going to 5 or 5:30. We're going to keep that going. And then we'd like to thank our Comedy Fest 2024 sponsors, Cloud Electric, Guadalajara Mexican Cantina, Gamel Pest Control, and Party Supplies of Temecula. They supply all of our chairs for the shows. And so we're going to get started. Okay.
They got to give everybody flowers. I understand.
Yeah, we got to send everybody.
The support is real.
For real.
Yeah, gratitude means everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, Sonny and I just recently met, and it was like instant love at first sight, or
he
first
wasn't
mic.
cheating on you, girl. You safe. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I'm not worried.
At first mic.
Yeah, love at first mic. Yeah. You came
like
to
that.
our second Salute Comedy open mic last Thursday.
Absolutely.
Came in very supportive. We're recording, taking photos, and I'm like, who is this person? Who is Sonny?
I'm so happy to be here.
And then
I know.
after the show, I was like, who is Sonny? And I started looking. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I can't believe Sonny's coming to our show. What?
I'm so glad. I was honored that you asked me to come.
Yeah.
I absolutely was honored. Yes.
Oh, yeah. No,
Look,
it was a big surprise.
when you do this, it's like, we have these commonalities. You have your entertainment group, that you guys are doing a lot of the things. So we got a lot of similarities that we'll talk about. And, having a radio podcast, it's like the photographer at the wedding. Nobody's ever taken pictures of the photographer.
That's right. Yeah.
They're never in pictures.
Yeah.
But then somebody take a picture of them like, oh, yeah.
Never thought of that before.
Exactly.
Our wedding photographer took a picture of himself taking a picture in the mirror.
Because he was tired of it. See what I'm talking about? It's rude. No.
He's like,
Yeah. Peter Sarowski. Shout out to
photographers jumping a selfie. Oh, that'd be ugly. We'll start a trend.
Well deserved and memorable. Thank you, Peter.
Yes, right?
Now, tell us, Sonny, where you're from Chicago, correct?
Originally from Chicago.
Originally, wow.
Yes.
And what year did you move to California?
I thought he was about to put me out there, Amy. I thought he was going to say, what year were you born? I was like, Chris, we just started. No.
We're not that close yet.
I know, right? Okay, I'm sorry. Ask the
you're
question
fine.
again.
No,
you said, when did I start? What now?
No, what year did you move to California?
Ooh, 2019.
2019. Okay.
That's not that long ago.
Not at all.
5 years.
So for me, it feels like 3 because it was right in the height, right before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And literally, California was the last state to really say open back up anything, really. So it feels like 3.
Mm-hmm. That's
so
right.
Like the end of 19, 20, and then like 21, we started inking out and doing more, right? So
yeah. Did you ever do one of those what is it? Drive-in outdoor comedy shows where everyone's honking their horns in cars.
No, I just do that every day. I just honk at people.
That's normal.
That's normal. Go to Boston, and you'll get a honk and a finger.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everybody's a roast battle on the road with Sonny.
Oh my God! But no, I actually I haven't had that opportunity yet. That'd be cool.
Oh, I don't think we do them anymore. That was just for.
Why not?
Yeah, no.
What's going on?
No, that was during the pandemic.
I feel like you're just trying to skimp on me, dude. What's up? No,
no.
But you had to be innovative, so I love it.
Yeah, during the pandemic, that was the only way people could do comedy was.
And when people would blink their lights,
blink and
man, listen, I heard about a club. I heard about this strip club. I think that was in Texas, and honey, they was doing a drive up strip club outside.
That's right.
You
I
know
remember that. Yeah.
I was like, get
Go
your
Texas.
money. Oh my! I was like,
Yeah. I think like every stripper was like 10 feet apart, and you were like driving through, and they were like dancing
I'm just
for the
like,
car.
how are you pulling up to get gas and I see your booty? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is?
Yeah, you're not getting gas, you're getting ass.
Okay. Oh, Amy, there's never a dull moment in this house. I know.
I talk to myself a lot too. I talk Amy to sleep. Yeah.
I believe you.
Yeah,
we all do it.
it used to be all the time. All the time. It's a little less now because like I'll just go to sleep and he'll be coming home later from a show.
Yeah.
Recently, Amy said that I was I was giggling, laughing in my sleep.
Yeah, it was more like a ha ha ha, but not like a ha ha, really loud.
Right.
But it was enough to go, oh, he's probably having fun.
I hope so. But that's better than screaming. So shit, I'll take a laugh over a
Or
scream.
waking up like,
I'm saying.
Yeah. Chris,
Like
get off the
Tales from the
ceiling.
Crypt, right?
yeah,
Get off the ceiling, Chris.
Man,
come down this instant.
I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
Tales with the Chris.
I love it. Oh my God.
There's more where that came from.
I know, right? I know, right?
We're drinking
I'm
Solaris
still hung
beers,
up on
by
Love
the
at
way.
First Mic. I'm still vibing on that.
Yeah.
That's dope. We're gonna use that more.
I'm
often.
feeling good energy, so that's why.
I
Like
know,
sometimes
it's
when there's good
amazing.
vibes, you on the same.
But that's how it
wavelength
should
and-
be when
right.
you're gonna get a new, like virtual roommate. That's how it should be.
We're just gonna have you on an iPad.
I
just
know, right?
on like a little
Wait,
stroller.
I know. Me and little Crow Baby. I've been hanging out with the Crow Babies before we went live. Oh my God, Chris don't like. What's so funny? I can feel like when I met Chris, and I could just feel his energy, and I could see exactly what he said. Like, oh, who's Sonny? Who's this person? And I could feel his energy, feeling like, man, who is this person? She just came over here. She done hugged me. She done grabbed me. I know I'm touchy feely, Chris. I'm sorry.
okay.
He may not be a customer. And so Chris was like, he's like, oh, and it was so funny, Amy, when we started the open mic, and then he introduced me. He was like, oh, she's so sweet, and I had never had an introduction before.
Oh.
Going up on the mic before somebody saying that. So I was like, oh.
He's very considerate.
I know. It's love at first mic.
Yeah.
For real. Yeah. I love
Yeah.
it.
What was it?
He's like, I'm
I'm blushing. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. I was gonna say something on like it's not so funny. It's always so sunny. Something like more puns. I'm feeling punny right now.
I know. When the vibe is right, just let it hang tight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Now you're doing a show at Shooters in Temecula.
Yes,
Did it already go by or
no? It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
You guys are coming, right?
Tomorrow.
I'm snatching and grabbing. I got
What
show.
time does it start?
So doors open at 7.
Okay.
Show starts at 8. So we have open mic comedy. It starts at 8.
After the show.
No.
Oh, sorry.
It starts the show.
Oh,
The
open mic
open
starts
mic,
the show.
the open mic warms it up, and luckily, I came and rocked with you guys the other night, and I met some amazing people. So they're gonna come in and do some open mic. So shouts out to Rika.
Yeah, it's
And
Rika.
Austin
She was on our
Leonard.
show.
Rika.
Yeah, Austin. He's gonna come
right
out,
on.
Yeah.
and then we got another gentleman by the name of Drew. He's gonna come do his
Drew.
thing, and then we got
Drew.
featured comics, which is
Kevin
Brett-
Davis.
Yeah, Kevin Davis. He's actually he's gonna be my host.
Oh, sweet.
Kevin's hosting for me.
That's cool.
Yeah, because like the last show, man, I was hosting. I was running video cameras. I was waiting tables. I was dumping the trash. I was moving the tables and shit. So yeah,
You're laying tile. You're out on the roof.
The grout was uneven. You know what I'm saying? So Kevin is man, he's my Martin Lawrence to my Russell Simmons Def Jam right now. Y'all think it's real, right? And you'll see, you guys come out. There's a lot happening at night, during that night. So Kevin is taking so much pressure off me, man. He was one of my features last month, and he's going to be the host tomorrow night. And Willis Turner, have you guys ever seen Willis?
I haven't seen Willis.
I know the name Willis Turner, but I can't think of the face.
Man, he's a smaller stature guy. But boy, he's got a Goliath mic stance. I'm gonna tell you, he comes with it. And then Brett Aziz Miller, rated R. So do not have any of your children near you.
I would say not yet rated. Yeah,
baby,
NC-17 or whatever.
Not admitted. So it's gonna be real grown tomorrow. Let's just say that. And then after, the open mic, featured comedy, and then karaoke. So it's comedy and karaoke.
Oh, man.
Nice.
Yeah. So we let them eat. They get that food and that drink in them, and they cracking up laughing. And then they got liquid courage to get up and do the karaoke.
That's
you know
cool.
what I'm saying? Yeah. So we're gonna have a great time.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Shooters. Is there a cover charge?
It is. So tickets are on Loudmouth Comedy. It's $25. It's gonna be $35 at the door. So get them online. Yeah. So it's like a whole production. So you're gonna understand why I said, Kevin, I need you, dude, because y'all think I'm playing. I started the show last month, Amy, and I was like, all right, y'all. Welcome to Shooters. I said, okay, pretend like y'all didn't see me. I'm gonna go over here and turn on these cameras. I'll be right back. It was serious.
That's
and I was just bouncing everywhere. So I want to be able to have a little more of my, producer hat calmness and make sure everything's running smooth.
Yeah. I love being behind the scenes. That's something I love editing. I like directing. I like being
my brother.
Yeah.
My brother.
I'm very into that.
You're speaking my love language here.
Oh, yeah,
man.
But
you're like me. You have that diversity ability of being on the front end. You make sure things are going. Even with your mic, I was paying attention. I was like, Christopher had a spotlight going. I was listening to the sound of everything coming in, very clean. And I can tell, even though he's kind of a calm spirit, he's very stickler. He wants the stuff to be where, we're sensitive. Artists are sensitive. We're very critical of our stuff. We might smile through it, but let something be off. Let that crow baby hit the floor. See what happens. So, Christopher, even with your mic, man, I was appreciating just.
That's a Salute mic. That's our second. We're still building that one. You got to swing by Solaris too.
Absolutely.
The Solaris is our baby. That's
what's up.
We go all in on that one.
And I'm looking forward to coming over there too.
Yeah, you should.
And see, that's a Monday, so that's even doper. And then Tuesday, October 1st, I'm having a For the Love of Comedy networking event for all comedy industry people, comedians, producers, promoters, club owners, anything comedy related. We're coming in the house on the 1st.
It's like a chamber of commerce.
It's bigger than that.
Well, that's what I'm saying, like a comedy chamber of commerce.
It's like a come together, and because we're always in rooms and clubs, and we're running and we're haying, but there's rare spaces where it's just all us.
That's so true.
And I want to, and so Christopher, for you're doing your entertainment. You need to meet more comics. You need to see more comics. You want to rotate more people.
That's right.
He's been focused so much on getting Salute again.
Correct.
Getting Salute, and so we have a new baby, and then we have Mason Jar once a month. And
Mason Jar, that's cute. Is that a place too?
That's in Menifee.
They're brewery.
Oh, it's in Menifee. See?
Yeah.
So when you're doing that, and it makes your job a little easier if we can connect to each other and we know about what you're doing. Like I want to know who you are. I want to know what you're doing. And I think as promoters and producers, you need to see as many people as possible. Right. And there's nothing not to take away from people that are rotating within areas, but there's a whole lot of people out here doing comedy.
Yeah.
A whole lot.
It's super saturated right now. It's so many comics. Everybody, ever since the pandemic, everybody had all that time to sit and you know what? I think
everything I'm doing got
Yeah.
oversaturated. I've been doing podcast. My radio network's been 11 years running. I started Loudmouth Comedy 14, 15 years ago, right? And I'm a licensed realtor. So after the pandemic, everybody flushed into all of those things.
Damn.
You notice how many podcasts going on now? How many people are comics and everybody became realtors?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. So every time I turn around, I was like, "Oh, you're a realtor? Oh, yeah, me too. Oh, okay. Oh, you go to the bathroom too? Oh, yeah, me too." But it's cool. You know, I think that people are learning to explore things.
Yeah.
And
be more creative and know that they can.
Yeah.
I think the pandemic really put
empowerment. It gave
yeah.
people a sense of empowerment because the system as we knew it changed and shifted so significant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet you get a lot of comedy from the real estate, like just being
Hell yeah, some of them offers are comedic by themselves, you know what I'm saying? Some of these prices is like, oh shit, did she say $17 million? Okay, all right. And how much you got down? $500. All right.
Yeah.
You're a first time liar. You ain't a first time buyer, child. We ain't doing that.
Real estate roast battling.
Man.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then right now people like the interest rates, everything's everywhere. Everything's all just sliding all over the place. So
That's crazy.
It is.
Yeah. I don't my stepmom was a real estate agent for Remax a long time ago and working out of the house and
boy. It ain't for the faint of heart.
No, say again?
It's not for the faint of heart.
No, it's not. Yeah, she used to drive a Hummer around Lake Elsinore. She was doing very well until the crash.
And then that gas was $15 a mile. She parked that Hummer, didn't she?
Never moved. It was like a really big paperweight.
Hey, she should have made a big billboard, wrapped that sucker, and let it sit still. It would have been better used, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't know what ever happened to that Hummer, but it definitely had some tight turns.
I can believe it. She had the big one?
The H2, yeah. Back
because the H3 is like the little baby, but that
the smaller
H2
one. Yeah, now they have those electric Hummers now.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
That can crab walk, can go diagonal.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, can't the
Cybertruck.
Yeah.
The Cybertruck can do the crab walk as well. That's the new flex of on the road. Is like,
crazy.
Check out what my car can do. It can go diagonal.
It looked like a garbage dumpster.
Oh, the Cybertruck?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually true because raccoons are been caught trying to get into them.
Christopher, I'm not gonna do this with you.
That's true though. I'm being
Are you
honest.
serious?
Yeah. There's footage
Oh
of
my God.
raccoons thinking it was a
They
dumpster.
confused.
Yeah, they were like, oh,
He's like, look at this gentrification.
I think it's a good. Yeah, you're like, hey,
It's a $100,000 dumpster.
It can crab walk though.
That's crazy.
I like it.
You put enough of these drinks in me, I crab walk too.
I want for our business. I want to get a cyber crow. Yeah,
A cyber
get
crow?
wrap it and make it look like a crow.
Like a Furby, but not
No.
that shape.
Yeah, it won't have a face. Well, we could. Remember in Dumb and Dumber they made the Shagmobile. It was like the dog.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I would do the same thing. It would just be a big crow head
That
going
would
down.
be so serious.
Yeah.
Oh man, we can do that to your vehicle.
Okay.
The cyber crow. Yeah, the cyber crow.
Oh, wait, you want to do it with a Cybertruck? I thought doing it with Nostradamus would be fun.
Oh, the Prius.
The
yeah.
Prius.
With the Prius.
We could do that. We could wrap it and make it look like it has feathers, iridescent black. That'd be cool. Okay.
The bugs. They,
I'm down.
I think that'd be dope.
Yeah.
Make it fun, man.
Yeah.
Just don't speed. They gonna know who you are.
It reminds me of those.
Follow that crow.
Chris Crow and ass.
Do you remember those yellow Volkswagen bugs that they would make it look like it was a pest control for mice?
It looked like the mouse.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I
cute.
had a beetle. I had Loudmouth wrapped. I had a Loudmouth wrapped beetle.
That's cool.
Yeah, and people are like, "Son, you gotta slow down. I'm trying to get the information off the car. You hauling ass." I used to be like, "Oh my bad." It was a 6-speed too. Oh, I used to be getting them.
That thing actually went.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
And I had an older model, but the same shaping that the bug. They've changed like the headlights and stuff, but for the most part, that big dome has been the same. And I had a 99 6-speed.
Yeah.
Baby, it wasn't nothing to play with.
Yeah, any stick shift.
Pew!
Yeah, you can
stick
get
shifts
down
are
with the
fun.
stick shift.
Yes, goodness.
Popping the clutch and
Yeah, because you can downshift.
Yeah. Rear wheel drive, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's cool. Whatever happened to that car? Is it gone now?
Man, that damn electrical. I had an electrical system issue. So it was starting to show up, and I tried to live through it. But the one day I got caught at the gas station for like an hour trying to open the gas tank. So you'll pull the gas tank lever, and the trunk would open. So I couldn't get the gas tank thing to open up, and so after finally like an hour, I said, "The hell with this shit."
Yeah.
I got rid of her. Yeah,
That reminds me of one of those like old jokes where you're like, you're so poor I rang the doorbell and the toilet flushed.
Exactly. It was exactly that.
Or like, you're so poor you walk through the front door and out the back. Like, it's like I had a Honda Civic that was yellow that the electrical completely went out.
I know, and it's the worst.
I couldn't even drive it.
It's the whole car. That was not.
Yeah, humans run on electricity too. Like,
exactly.
Imagine your neurosystem
just
stops working.
Exactly.
Yeah, neuropathy, I guess, is the early signs.
Parkinson's, yeah.
Yeah, Parkinson's,
ALS, significantly. I think the thing that's crazy, like now, in the state of California, by 2030, all new cars are going to have to be electric for sale. So my advice, if you have certain vehicles you love on the gas level, you better get it now, hold on to it. Because they're going to be hard to...
Well, you have a hybrid. I have a gas Tesla.
Car. Yeah, she drives an electric. I have a gas that has electric, but you don't plug it in. It's just like the motor recharges the battery.
What kind of car is it?
Prius C.
Oh, okay.
It's a little the smaller Prius.
Version.
One of the most reliable cars.
Yeah.
Sure.
The thing's a tank. Yeah.
So you don't have to charge it in?
Nope. Just gas. It's just a gas car, but like the motor, if I'm in city streets, if I stay below like 30 miles an hour, or
did it kick in a hybrid?
It'll go into hybrid.
It's kind of like how the car is now. Like if you take your foot off, or if you idle, it'll shut off or something.
Yeah, that's what that does.
Yeah. That's a delay.
I always feel weird when cars do that because I be feeling like the shit done shut off.
And I've seen it happen, and you sit there for like an extra second.
Right.
But that's why I love my Tesla, because you just press on the brake
and she goes.
Tap it.
The brake?
Yeah, tap on the brake and it'll hold. So you just hold. Nice. It's basically holding for you, and then when you're ready to go, just
step
accelerate.
on the gas.
I was talking to one of my DJs today, and we were doing something, and he was on social media. I said, "You driving?" He said, "Oh yeah, I'm cool, but I'm in a Tesla. It's no problem." I was like, "Oh no!" So he was just. I guess the car was just driving itself or something. I said, "Oh hell no!"
Yeah, it's haunted. It's a haunted car.
I'm telling you, no. Yeah. I just.
We had when Amy bought her Tesla.
Have you done it?
Yeah, we did they gave us a free 45 day or
something like that.
It was like 45 days of free autonomous driving if we wanted to use it. And so we gave it a shot. And
on the freeway.
Bravehearts.
Yeah. And
Rainbow Road.
How did that on Rainbow Road? Here on 390?
No.
I was like, wait a minute. You went about behind Paul?
No.
Like
I mean,
that?
it could do that, but
oh, y'all brave.
No, we didn't do that.
On the hill, on the cliffs.
On the screen, you can click on there was a setting where it would turn the road on the map into a rainbow. Like on Mario Kart. So it was called Rainbow Road.
Mario Kart.
Christopher, you are not going to make me feel like I want to go get this car to see
It's fun.
I can believe it.
No, and then and then when
and I got a thing with rainbows, you understand.
I do too. I love Hawaii. It's great. No, I'm kidding.
Come on, Rainbow Bright.
That's a good voice.
I love Rainbow Bright.
Yeah.
I know.
No, I was going to say that for Rainbow Road activation in the Tesla, you would hear Christopher Walken from SNL saying, I need more cowbell. Yeah.
More cowbell.
And then it would initiate Rainbow Road mode.
Yeah, that's right.
It was
fun.
About that. Yeah, and there's whoopee cushions. You can make fart sounds for all the people in your car.
Christopher just don't know. He's like, oh, I like that voice. See, when he was showing me the Crow Baby, Christopher showed me this cool video of his Crow Baby for comedy. I don't know. Have you shown? Has that been posted?
It's on our Instagram.
It's hilarious. So Christopher, like growing up, I had I know I'm about to tell my age. I had a Cabbage Patch baby. So the Cabbage Patch babies. Let me tell you something. I'm almost about to cry because my roommate threw my Cabbage Patch baby out. That's another story. But literally, Cabbage Patch made Cabbage Patch kids, babies, and then they had a preemie.
Oh,
so
I don't remember.
What?
Yeah, so
This
right.
can't be
so,
real.
I swear. So
Okay.
I had a preemie. Her name was because they come with the certificates, and she had a little baby pamper on, and she smelled good.
Was it a
Really smelled
keychain
good.
baby? Was it on a
No,
keychain?
it was a whole baby. It was,
But
she was
preemie?
she was a
It was
preemie.
just smaller.
So she was
Okay.
like this big.
Freaking like tiny.
Because you know the Cabbage Patch Kids, they had the full head of yarn.
Yes,
Yeah.
I had the yarn.
And then so my baby and her name was, we called her Roxy. So her name was Lynette Roxanne, but her name was Roxy.
Yeah.
And so she was bald headed. She was a preemie.
Okay.
And she came with a pacifier. She had a baby pamper on her little outfit, right? And so I had Roxy from, I don't know, oh my God, from I think like 15. So when I went to college, Roxy went with me to go to school. So how you be talking about your crow baby, my family knew Roxy. So she would go to the family reunion. Roxy was bad. You know, like she would cuss you out. She would wipe boogers on you and all kind of shit. She was rough. So Roxy,
like a garbage pail kid.
yeah, she was.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was something else, and she would just go off. You know what I mean? So, and she was just this big. She wasn't that, and she had a soft body and a big old head. So sometimes she would headbutt people. She was rough. So, so when I went off to college, and literally my cousins, when I would go to the family reunion. Roxy would come to the family reunion. She was disruptive. You know what I mean? She
Yeah.
was just she was just too much. And that was my mama's first grandbaby. So, you know, her name was Roxy. So when I went to college, I think my sophomore year of college, my roommate threw my baby away.
How do you just throw someone's stuff
She
On
threw
away?
it
purpose?
away.
On purpose?
She said it wasn't on purpose, but it was my teammate. I think she did it on purpose.
She
Yeah.
was jealous.
I think so. I can't, like, literally we were cleaning out like the end of the school year, and I came back and I was looking for Roxy, and she said, "Oh, I threw that bag away." I said, "Roxy was in there. She threw my baby away."
That's
Damn.
sad.
It
That's
was
rough.
because I had
Sad
Roxy for
story.
like 17 years.
What's his roommate's first name?
Her name was it Christy? I think Christy threw my damn baby away. Yeah, she was a bitch.
Find her.
And then how about in Georgia? There, so I lived in Atlanta before I moved
Same
here.
here.
So, word, what
Yeah.
part?
I lived in Marietta, Georgia.
Give me some.
Yeah.
So I used to own a comedy club in McDonough.
Oh,
It was called the Loudmouth Screening Room.
damn. I was just a
Cool.
kid.
You
I
can
mean,
Google it.
I lived there when I was a kid. From second grade through sixth
word.
grade.
Oh, yeah, you were okay.
Yeah, 90s.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I had the screening room 2010 to 2012.
That's cool. Yeah, I was just in Atlanta. My parents lived there.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
lived in Henry County. So I was south. I lived in Marietta too.
Mm-hmm.
When I first moved to Atlanta, I was in Marietta too. So I've been in that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I went from
look at that.
Marietta to Murrieta. That's how
I
yeah.
know,
Yeah,
right?
isn't that
So when I
crazy?
moved here, I was like, yo, is this Marietta? So, you know, pronunciation
Mm-hmm.
is a thing. So, like, Georgia is different, like pronunciation. So there's Marietta here and it's Marietta there.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then they have Albany, like New York,
Mm-hmm.
and they call it Albany.
Yeah.
Al Benny.
Albany. Yeah.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. So there's different pronunciations
Yeah.
for sure.
For sure.
But
yeah. That's
so
cool.
I think, yeah, it is. It is.
Did you
So
live in Colorado too? Because that's where
I didn't
where
live
I'm
in
from.
Colorado, but I had some extended family that lived in Colorado.
Okay,
And,
yeah.
well, and my nephew's in Colorado now.
Okay. Yeah,
I live
her
in
her
Colorado.
brother lives in
Colorado
Highlands Ranch, where I
Springs,
used to
Castle
live.
Rock.
Oh yeah, yeah. They were near
the-
Colorado Springs at one point, and then they moved to Chicago, and then
See that?
Back to Highlands
it's
Ranch,
so
Colorado.
weird. Yeah,
Isn't
and then
it?
back to Colorado to Highlands
Yeah.
Ranch and opened
Yeah,
up a
shout
school
out
of
to
rock.
Solaris, man. This is Solaris.
Right?
Solaris.
Solaris.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
And Colorado's got all the breweries. Oh my
Colorado's
God.
amazing.
And all the
breweries.
weed.
Avery.
And the mushrooms.
Oh my God.
And,
And
the
then-
mushrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Crooked Stave, and the, oh my God, there's just too many. There's too many.
Yeah. No,
was
Oh,
very-
True is one of my favorite.
Yeah. I was so enthralled. Colorado's beautiful. At Breckenridge, like just
Yeah.
all those. I think it was Lake Dalton. I think we went. Is it Lake Dalton or somewhere? My nephew got married out there, and he just had his wedding anniversary a few days ago, and went out there for his wedding, and it was just absolutely amazing. This is one of those cool places. Like it gets colder. Like when it's 50 degrees, it's still nice.
Yeah.
It's that dry altitude and the high elevation. But I love the just the color and texture of everything. It's just absolutely amazing.
Agreed. Yeah, because my brother got married out there too. Where was it? It was more like Colorado Springs.
It was in the mountains.
It was in the mountains, but and it was.
It's breathtaking.
Freaking gorgeous.
It is.
Super cool.
And what part of Colorado are you from?
I was born in Grand Junction, and then I lived in Littleton County, which was Highlands Ranch, which is the Orange County of Colorado now.
Where Colorado ain't no joke.
Yeah.
Like
it's
cost
a hub
of living.
now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Atlanta, Colorado, or Denver, Atlanta, LA, Seattle, Portland. I think they're all very similar.
Yeah. I agree.
Chicago,
I was about to say,
Chicago
did you live in all
too.
those
Yeah.
places? I thought you were listening. I thought those were places you lived in. I was like, "Ooh, you've been everywhere too."
I've lived in some places, but I haven't lived up in the Northwest. But yeah, Chicago. I think it has that artistic vibe of those locations.
Absolutely. Like I was talking about your building and the architecture. Yeah, I'm a Frank Lloyd Wright fan.
Okay, I'm not familiar.
The architect.
Yeah.
I know that name.
Oh yeah, you would appreciate it. Yeah, you look at some of this stuff. Look up his house, the fallen rocks. The house he built a home out of the hills, out of a rock, out of the hills.
Wait, we were just watching a documentary about.
Absolutely.
Wait. Is that in
Pennsylvania?
Oh, Pennsylvania.
I think
I saw
it's
one in like
Pennsylvania.
Arizona or something.
No,
New Mexico,
no.
But it could have been Frank Lloyd Wright's. It could have been his design too. He is built everywhere. Yeah, he is one of the.
Kind of have like a
Oh, he's massive in
Geiger sort of.
Yes. He did the museum, the Guggenheim Museum.
That is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You look up Frank Lloyd Wright. Oh yeah, you're gonna be in love.
Okay.
He was the really like the influence of the prairie type homes.
Okay.
And his architecture, his entire movement is just amazing. Oh yeah.
Now, while she looks that up, may I ask you? Tell me about your first time. Tell us about your first time doing stand up. How did you get into stand up? Because you're very professional on stage. So how did it start?
It started like when I was probably like 6-7 years old.
No, when your first time on stage, like performing, like
seriously,
like
okay.
an open mic.
Performing, college, high school. No. I back up. Probably in growing up, I grew up in church. My mom was a minister of music, played piano in church, and I played the drums in church, and we would have skits. Like we would have different programs, and but literally I've been a clown like forever. Like I literally was doing one-man shows before I even knew what that was when I was like 9-10 years old. Like literally. But literally my first aspect of really starting to perform in front of people started in church, and we would do different talent shows and things of that nature. My family reunions, we would do talent shows. So I would literally do different either skits or stand-up, you know, like basically stand-up comedy. So for a long time, I just found it important to make people laugh and being, you know, performing. I was a class clown. Like I just been doing that type. My personality's been like that for a long time. So even in college, I did open mics in college. But it's so funny because it's kind of one of those, like my life has been delayed in that space at different points in time just because of the things that was going on with me. And in college and playing professional basketball after college, I wanted to really pursue comedy at that time period. And a friend of mine had a club in Savannah, Georgia. I was actually one of her first security bouncers in the club, like really throwing big ass people out. I'm not as size I am now, but but they would have different events, and so shouts out to Keisha and those Frozen Paradise days, and I was doing some open mics, and I was hooked into. I grew up watching so many comics, and I love Carol Burnett. I love Benny Hill. I was watching all the wrong things as a kid.
Loved it.
Yes, me
Loved
and my
it.
sister.
Oh.
It'll be 10:30,
Benny
11
Hill.
o'clock at night. My mother's like, go to bed. We
And
went
Mr.
to
Bean, like
Mr.
at 12.
Bean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Benny Hill came on at like 11, 12.
Yep.
It came on late. So, you weren't even supposed to be up watching that stuff.
Yeah.
But we turn it on and try to have it down low. And I tell people all the time, like Benny Hill, that was my dude. He was so inappropriate. He's like pedophile-ish. He was straight up.
Right, sexual.
He had this face.
Yes.
And his looks. And it was like...
and it drew you.
Yeah.
And he has that thing like Mr. Bean. He don't even have to say anything. You're going to fall out.
Yeah, he's a clown.
And I think like Harvey Korman, when he would do skits with Tim Conway, he would lose his shit.
God.
Oh
dude.
my God.
Oh my God. The dentist.
Oh my God,
The
yes.
best.
And then Miss, I can't think of her name, but with Carol Burnett would be Higginbottom. Wasn't her name? And she had her booty up real high. And Tim Conway, she was his secretary. I can't think of her name right now, the character. But she would be chewing gum. But it was always Tim Conway. So I'm that skit, improv. I'm a mixture.
Right.
I'm an act out. So really and truly, honestly, like the world really hasn't seen me full throttle yet, because I have really not got my ambition is to respin that Carol Burnett in living color type of element.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna show you something, and you'll see something what I'm talking about later. But ultimately, I think that the stand up realm is almost too confining for me.
Oh, yeah.
For me.
And I think that's why like people branch out. I mean, look at TJ Miller.
Yeah.
That he's not only, doing stand up, but everything
Yeah,
else.
his base is stand up, but he does a lot of acting and character roles and
Voiceover.
And even now, I have my comedy series that's actually active in film festivals. I just won another festival as of yesterday.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you, honey.
Yeah.
8 festivals in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
eight
super cool.
festivals won.
Can you brief me?
So yes. So the series is a comedy relationship series. It's called Dating Like a Dyke. And it is really my real experience.
Did you say dating?
Dating like a dyke.
Gotcha.
Yes. And so my auntie, bless her heart, she was like, baby, can you think of another name? I was like, no. Aunt Pam, no. Aunt Pam, no. It's dating like a dyke. I need people to know. It's the stereotypes of behavior that we over here. How far can I?
You're fine.
You can go.
You're good.
Totally go.
Because that F-bomb was coming off
That's
my lips.
okay,
It was
it's
coming.
all right. We're all adults here.
Okay, so literally, my aunt was like, "Oh, can you just put another title?" I was like, "No, Aunt Pam, because you don't understand, girl. I've been over here dating like a dyke. Like literally, I was married and I got separated from the marriage a couple weeks out of the marriage, and I'm like, oh my God, I've been dating like a dyke. Like I've been just fucking this up horribly.
Yeah.
Like I have just lost all of my marbles, what I know to be about who I am. And if anybody has ever had a relationship with a narcissist, you understand exactly what I'm talking about. And you like literally, guys, I lost myself so beyond that I literally had about a 8-year gap of nothing rammed in comedy at all. It's almost significantly. And with comedy is people think, oh, go be funny or be funny. But as an artist, if you're living in a lot of chaos and strife and things of that nature, it's hard to have creativity.
Thank you.
It clogs your ability to express yourself. And I went through such a period of almost feels like I feel like it's been delusional. Because when you've dealt with a narcissist, what you thought was one thing, it was totally not.
Right.
So you're over here thinking that emotionally you're connected to a person for love and for different things. And I married this person. So you're thinking that it's a commitment for these reasons versus their own survival.
Yeah.
And I'm one of many. And I should have, it was just, and the thing about it is she was so direct about certain things that she say, and I like when I think about the shit now, I'm like, damn, she did tell you she don't date, she gets married, and she's been married like I was number 6, 7 in the totem pole, right? And and that mixture comes from, you know, like gay marriage or same gender marriage has only been, you know, solidified for so many years. And unfortunate, I was at the height of the marriage equality, and in that intertwining of things happened, and I got married in that, became the face of it with the person, and so it was a lot happening. Yeah. So we was this public couple that was out there in a lot of ways, right? And so, needless to say, a lot of Sonny just was dampered, and you know, you see me now. People's like, "Damn, Sonny, you weren't smiling. You were cloudy. You lost your light. Just so much about you." And I was looking like the stress, and I was looking like the chaos. I had a house and was homeless. Like, this shit's crazy. I got depressed. I had some real stuff going on. So once I finally kind of came out of the clouds, and 2 weeks after I separated from the situation, I had that aha moment. Like, damn, you really been dating like a dyke. And I had this character, guys, that I had created and developed about 7-8 years ago. I was talking to this person that was supposed to be my friend at the time, and we were talking about something. I had an aha moment. I said, shit, I feel like an androgynous monk. And we kept laughing about it, and I was like, man, I need to make this into a character. But what do you do with an androgynous monk? It was such a off Richter thing, and I just kept it in my pocket. And so when Dating Like a Dyke started spinning, and I had this time to really start pouring into, as an artist, you have to release, you have to be able to deal. And a lot of times our dealing is with a microphone or writing or filming or different things that we express ourselves
creative
with, right?
outlet, yeah.
Exactly. However. And so I finally started unclogging my ability to write, right? And so I decided to share my experience, and comedy I felt like was one of the best ways for me to be able to reach people, get their attention. Yeah. And then just the some of the shit that I went through, I was like, man, somebody wouldn't believe this shit is real. You know what I'm saying? So I literally took the androgynous monk, and I said, okay, so I wrote the episodes based upon me coming out of my divorce finalizing, and the next day after my divorce, I come to terms with my subconscious self, which is the androgynous monk. So I become faced with myself. So I play myself, and I play the character of myself, who is checking the shit out of me like, you done lost your mind. What are you celebrating? You've been dating like a dyke. You have not trusted anything I've been trying to tell you. I've been trying to communicate to you all this shit that you have not been thinking about or realizing. And go ahead, Amy.
You know what I envisioned? Either it's a voice that's actually, like, I imagine, you know, like a sitcom, either a voice or actually another you.
It is another me. Right. And the androgynous monk is like, hello, yum yum. You have not been doing what you should have been doing, which is trusting yourself. Yum yum. So I'm yum yum to androgynous monk. So if you guys remember Scrooge, and you know, Scrooge is just an asshole. Right. And he is visited by the ghost of Christmas past, and he makes him take a hard look at himself. Yeah. And so I think that when people are going through things, and if we're accountable, because dating like
shadow work,
dating like a dyke is toxic, is pointing the mirror at the toxicity in relationships, but it's 100% self accountability, because it's my perspective of my own experience. And yes, I married a narcissist. Yes, shit was crazy. Yes, I went through. I lost damn near everything. Right. Yeah. And the picture of my flyer of the poster of the series, there's a U-Haul behind me. Right. And so Wikipedia has a definition of a U-Haul lesbian. And so I talk about this. It's just in this series. And so the running joke is, what does a lesbian bring on the second date? A U-Haul, because they move too goddamn fast.
Right.
So it's about stereotypes.
That's funny.
Oh, girl, it's a real thing. So, like, especially LGBTQ, that community already ostracized about things. You already got societal things going on. You layer that with not understanding how to date. You're dealing with toxicity of people. You're not even dealing with your own shit. You got all of this stuff that's like layered in, right? And I literally had to take a hard look at myself and recognize my own accountability of what I allowed to happen.
Yeah.
And so it spins the block and it exposes those things. And the U-Haul lesbian is a real thing. It's really a defined thing.
Super cool.
Yep.
Thank you for explaining. That was really, that's freaking cool.
When
love it.
What month are you born?
October.
10/10.
Happy birthday.
10/10. Nice.
It's coming.
It's coming.
That's 10/10 is like
It's
an
coming.
11. Cool. Happy belated or early birthday.
I'm not
early.
even. Yeah, I'm coming.
Yeah,
It's coming.
Yeah, that's cool. Very.
Yes.
What does that make you as an? What
I'm
is that?
Libra.
Libra, because I saw right there. It says Libra on the big screen right there.
Yes.
Okay. I was wondering if that was your birth astrology sign.
It is. When are you born?
Gemini, June 3rd.
My air type. See, that's why. We're air signs.
Yeah. There
You
we
know
go.
that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what that. She's looking like, what is going on here? What's your birthday?
August 23rd.
You are a Leo. No, you're on the cusp. You're a Virgo.
I am.
Oh,
Well,
happy belated.
thank you.
You just had a birthday. She's a Virgo. You
It was
right?
my one of my angel age,
Yeah.
44.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. 11, 44. Yeah.
10.
10/10 is the 11. That's what I was saying.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Happy birthday. Yeah, you just had a birthday a few weeks ago. So you're a Gemini. Yeah. Yeah. I can see your ease.
I don't really get along with like a lot of people, I notice. But no, but Geminis and Virgos, and it's fucking weird being like Leo Virgo because it's like I have
embody both.
I used to be, when I was a kid, I was so out there and I was so, like I told you earlier that I used to do Jim Carrey for my dad. I was so in like performing. I did dance. I used to perform all the time.
Yes.
But like, yeah, as I grow older, I feel more like a Virgo and more motherly and more,
I can see
logical and just tidy and
yes.
I don't know.
I think since she's
my younger sister's
go
a
on.
Virgo. No, go ahead, honey.
Oh no, I was just saying since she's on the cusp, it's like a Gemini because I have two personalities.
It gets weird sometimes.
I'm sure. Oh, I'm sure, and you too. Because with the Leo side can have sometimes that fiery aspect against your air. In a sense,
she likes to play the devil's advocate. She'll say that
all the time.
Yeah,
because I love psychology, so I really like to get down to like the depths of people
things.
and why things happen because it helps me understand.
Right.
I don't know.
Is it possible to be an angel's advocate?
That's a possibility.
An angel's advocate? What
Yeah,
what do you mean by
everyone
that?
sa's like, "Oh, I'm going to be the devil's advocate." I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm going to be an angel's advocate."
I think that's a possibility.
Yeah,
Depends on who's your angel, but hey.
It's me.
yeah. Speaking of angels and everything that we're talking about, let's move into our. Sorry, I always do this. I'm never prepared on this part.
Kawspiracy!
Hey.
What's up, baby? How you doing?
Are you gonna be
you
nice
shy?
today?
Crow Daddy. It's Crow Daddy.
I'm Krow. I'm Krow Daddy, baby.
Okay,
Yeah,
you're
definitely
acting
daddy
a little.
now,
You're
huh?
acting a little weird.
I think he
I
has
just
some of
had
your
a baby.
beard.
I'm a little off my. I'm off my rocker, baby.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna talk.
Postpartum.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It was a big ass kid.
He was.
The size of Chris. It's so
I'm
weird.
trying to tell you. Drinking
Yeah.
coffee and shit.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about ghosts or spirits or the afterlife or like conspiracy. It's not really a conspiracy, I guess. Like it's a
But-
belief system, but
Sure.
it's
I mean,
a
we
fun
can say
one.
that Christianity
Yeah.
is a conspiracy too, because
It's-
Religion or whatever. Yeah, it's all like
Mm.
it
Where do we go
all
with that?
ties in together. The mysteries of life is
Mysteries
a
of life.
conspiracy.
There you
The
go.
wonders, the whimsical abilities of the world.
Yes.
But yeah, I like the topic, the feel of everything is today's my mom's birthday. She passed away in 2013 on January 3rd. So like sometimes when I'm performing on stage,
Happy
if
birthday,
I ever talk about my mom, her name was Autumn. She had 2 different colored eyes, and
Oh, wow.
she was very like into the psychic thing. And
Oh, cool.
she would
She's
sometimes
a clairvoyant.
yeah, she was also very she was like she was a bartender, and so she
Oh, cool.
was like one of those Coyote Ugly style bartenders.
Okay.
You know, she was like very like host and like you know, just big and like just
Big
explosive and
personality.
like she loved the attention and
Everybody in the bar knew who she was.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, for sure. Her name was
Yes.
Autumn Ruby. Was her middle name was Ruby, but Autumn Ruby.
That's a name.
Richmond was her maiden name. Anyways, sometimes when I'm performing on stage, if I ever talk about my mom, the mic will cut out or like weird stuff like that. Yeah, and, like, and I'm like, oh,
I just had
my
another
mom's here.
experience on
Oh,
something.
yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah, it's interesting, but yeah, I've seen, you know, I've had personal experiences with.
She might be then
yeah.
visiting and let you know that she's
Yeah.
she's right there
So
with you.
don't talk about mom that way. Don't be talking about me on stage. Yeah, she was very like. I'll tell you a quick story. She we went to go see a movie. I swear it was The Matrix. We were in the theater. I was a teenager. I was my son's age at the time. I was like, or was I? It was 2000. No, it came out in 2001.
90.
Yeah, it came out in 99, right? Yeah,
Came out
that's
in
right. It
90.
came out in 99.
First one. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I think I was like 17 maybe. Anyways,
Okay.
we were in the theater and my mom was the type where she would talk really loud in the theater and
Oh no.
and she's like, I don't understand what's happening, and people are like, shut up, you know, like, and she's like, no, you shut, and she'd throw popcorn and like, and I'm like starting to get sweaty and
Bad
nervous,
mama.
and
Oh
I'm
my
like, Mom, stop it,
God.
and everyone's like, shh, you know, quiet, you know, and she's like, oh, you be quiet, like she's like, this movie sucks, I don't even know what's happening. I'm like, nobody knows what's happening, Mom. Let's just enjoy the movie. And everybody in the theater
She's
was
trying to get
pissed
y'all
at my
put
mom.
out. Oh, yeah.
So when we were walking out of the theater, everybody was like, "There's that lady," you know, and pointing at her. And I had my hat down, and I'm like stressed out. And we get to the car, and she's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "Mom, that was embarrassing."
Okay.
And she was,
You almost got put out the theater.
yeah. And her reaction was like, "How dare you? You're
Wow.
of all people, my son." Says that I'm not cool. Do you know who I am? I'm the coolest. Like I am the
Ooh-wee.
bartender. Like I am always been. How dare you? And I was like, oh shit, my mom's crazy. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
And you
that-
wonder how you get the courage.
Yeah, I got that. I've always been into like hosting. I like running, and helping people, and yeah, I got that mom side. That's my mom's
cool.
side.
That's
But,
cool.
Yeah. Do
We
you
all
have?
kind of pull up something.
Hopefully.
Yeah, my mom is like, I don't know. Do you guys know the actress Jennifer Lewis? She is like, she's become like the black moms of so many like roles. But she was in Blackish with oh my goodness, what's my girl's name? Tracy Ellis Ross
I know that.
and
name.
Anthony Anderson. And she plays the mom in that. She's got like the little fro. Yeah, that's her right there.
Yeah, I'm trying
So
to.
Jennifer Lewis, she is so beyond witty, and she actually talks
Princess
about being
and the
bipolar.
Frog.
She's been in everything. She played.
Sister Act.
She
yeah.
played Tina Turner's mother, and What's Love Got to Do with It? She's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
She's got a catalog of stuff.
And
Oh,
she
yeah,
reminds you of your mom?
Oh my God, totally.
Yeah.
But she's, my mother's not acting at all. She like throws cliches and oh my God, it's my mother's like the original Christian gangster. Like for real.
Yeah.
So a lot of my ability of being kind of fearless comes from like literally in elementary, middle school, one of my classmates, I talked to her like a year and a half ago. We hadn't talked in like 20-something, 30 years. And we started talking in a few minutes in. She said, "You remember that time your mama beat you in front of the class?" I was like, "Oh God." So
Oh my God.
Oh,
she
yes.
never forgot.
Oh no, not at all.
Yeah.
And that was one of the first few things that she mentioned. So it's like you don't forget.
And your mom's still around?
She is, and she's dealing with some memory and so she's not the same element of what most would remember, her wit and her memory, and she's like a human calculator. She has an accounting brain.
Yeah.
You can ask her what's 500,000 times 254,000. She just spit out the answers, just like crazy with numbers. Yeah.
Yeah.
But her personality is huge. Yeah, so I think I inherited a lot of that.
Have you ever experienced any paranormal or ghost
Absolutely.
experiences? Yeah.
When you just said something about your mom with the microphone, it made me think about this time period. I went to college in Savannah, Georgia, and I went to art college, and I took this class. It was an elective. It was a historic preservation class, right? And so I was working for the Boys and Girls Club at the time. And there's a lot of historic buildings in Savannah that have been around, like literally the slaves built the first African Baptist church is in Savannah.
Yeah.
And they got slave carvings on the floors and the pews. And so it's a lot of history. Right? River Street that runs through Savannah, there's tunnels where they used to run through the tunnels and come through the tunnels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we had to do this assignment where we were to deal, just kind of showcase something with historic preservation. So I borrowed the Boys and Girls Club 35 millimeter camera at the time because I didn't have my own camera at the time. And I decided to go to these different artifacts of slave history of different buildings and things in Savannah, right? So there's this, it's still there, the King Tinsdale Cottage, and it's like a museum, and they have a lot of different artifacts in history. Well, there's a top level and there's a bottom level. So I went to the African church, and I took some pictures in one part of the area there, came to the cottage, took pictures at the top, and then when they told me at the bottom, there's actual slave artifacts, like different artifacts from slavery that are downstairs encased in these different guys. I promise you, I took the camera and I was taking the pictures. When I went downstairs to take the pictures of the slave artifacts, the camera would not shutter.
Yeah.
It wouldn't shutter, or if it took, it was skipping. It was doing something weird. So I went back upstairs. Took some other pictures. The pictures was taking. So later on, when I had to develop the film of literally all the pictures of the slave stuff in that artifact in the case, they were blank.
Damn. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. They don't
mean,
Yeah.
It was crazy.
God damn it! Like, why would they want to?
I don't know.
You to not have.
I don't know.
That's what that'd be like my immediate.
Sad.
Tell me about it.
The lower the vibration was just like the camera ain't gonna even take. It's not gonna work. Like that's my theory.
I wonder. Yeah,
It's
I
like,
wonder if that
just
energy.
sad.
No, the casing was there, but there was nothing. The things, the objects.
Oh wait,
the objects didn't show up.
So
the casing.
That's a different.
Yeah, like I want you.
So you got a photo of.
I had some of the photos. It was like the casing, but the things that I was taking, that was not there.
Oh, that's even
like
creepier.
the photos were empty in that.
Creepy.
Yeah, it was. I had a few paranormal things in Savannah happen.
Oh, for sure.
For real.
Oh, I bet.
I used to. I'd fly kites in the Civil War fields with my mom, and I'd be out there, and I'm like, is that wind or just a screaming of like soldier spirits.
In Georgia?
Yeah,
And
in
you were in
Georgia.
Georgia?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I used to
Georgia's
fly-
got a lot of. I wouldn't be surprised. And we have buildings. SCAD, which is my alma mater, Savannah College of Art and Design. The SCAD built it, like the whole campus is spread it throughout the city. And there's buildings. I remember one building. A friend of mine, he was a security guard, and we became really, 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 really cool. Him and his family, Herb. And he was a security guard, and it was this one school that the SCAD had that they converted to one of our class buildings. And some of them security guards was running out of there, hearing stuff dragged across the floor and shit, shit moving around, and ain't nobody in the building. And oh yeah,
Whoa.
yeah. Creepy stuff.
Because they said one of the schools had a situation where a girl, when you would go up the steps and then when you would come down the stairs, everybody would complain about how tired you would get on this landing. And one day somebody finally explained it. They said a little girl supposedly had fell down the stairs and either like hurt herself or broke her neck or something like that. And the story goes that she slows people down so they don't fall.
Oh, what a sweet spirit.
Ain't that crazy?
That's cool.
Wow.
I like that.
Yeah.
I love this stuff.
Look, I'm goosebumping.
Yeah, me too. That's what I like. Oh.
That's fun.
I feel like it sucks because and I think I know why. I don't recall ever really having a full blown like experience where I'm like,
that you noticed, huh?
right. And I think it's because I'm in my head a lot.
Could be. You have to pay attention to recognize.
Yeah, I think you have to be like really relaxed
And tuned.
and keep
it's when you're
yourself
not
very
looking for it
open.
either.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right, but I still think you have to have a you have to put-
vibrational energy.
Yeah, just a very chill, not just like racing. And that's
Right.
been my whole life.
Right.
Has been racing.
Right.
I do know, and I believe my mom. My mom had two experiences. I'll talk about them real quick. One, I remember she told me specifically when I was a kid and I was in elementary school, and I never forgot it. But she had told me that she had, I think when she had first moved, my mom moved from Minnesota to Placentia, Orange County, and but she went to a new school. She said she had a dream. I don't remember if she said it was the night before, but it might have been sometime prior. And she was in the school. She walked in the room and saw these kids' faces. And when she went to her new school, she saw all the same faces.
A deja vu.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I was like, that is crazy, Mom.
It
That is
is.
so crazy. But like,
I believe
way
we all
she-
possess it.
I do too. And my mom is such a like high strong, very like high anxiety. I mean, and I was like, it blows my mind that she has these. So I was just like, that's cool. That's really freaking cool, Mom. Like I'm so proud of her. And then the other time, my aunt.
Excuse me, I just burped on
I
didn't hear it.
God.
It's okay.
Oh no.
I didn't hear it either.
Oh Jesus.
But my aunt passed away. My mom, the oldest one. So there was 5 in my mom's family. So the oldest one, Susie, passed away. And they were really close. And Susie was battling cancer for a long time, breast cancer, etc. And she passed away. And my mom had said that, and it really fucked my mom up. She, I think at that point, started actually taking like, alprazolam and antidepressants and stuff. But she had a dream I had a dream about Susie, and she was sitting at a table with other people that I had no idea who they were. And I still have the vision in my head of her telling the story. And Susie said, Linda, I'm okay. Everything's okay. I'm like about to cry. So
I
weird.
can see, yeah.
Because I like Susie was sorry, it's weird.
Yeah. Sometimes it just gets you, right?
It's weird, yeah, because I never really got over Susie's death either. But yeah, I just thought like, oh my gosh, she's okay and she's happy and she's fine and she's feeling better. And but
She's not
to
in the
have-
physical pain body no more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and other things and that I'm not even gonna bring up, but it was really cool to. My mom saw her, and my mom said that she's okay, and she said that she's okay, and I thought that was like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
My mom did the similar thing with her sister. My aunt Sherry fell asleep at the wheel in Colorado in Grand Junction, coming home from the airport. She used to work at the airport, and fell asleep, rolled the Jeep, and then they say like within the week or 2 weeks, someone passes away that's really close to you. That's when they can still contact you.
So she did not make it out of that.
No, she died.
Wow.
She fell asleep, rolled the Jeep, and my mom told me that Sherry. She woke up and Sherry was her very close sister was on the bed. And it was like everything's okay, I'm okay, and like similar situation. Yeah, and then after my mom passed away, all kinds of weird shit started happening.
Yeah, you had some
Yes.
crazy.
The craziest was I actually had a visual experience where I was wide awake, and like it was here in Temecula, and I lived in this house in Temecula where I found out later that whole area was an Indian reservation, or like a
Poltergeist all over again.
yeah, it was like poltergeist. Like that whole area is
Did y'all
like
see The
haunted.
Deliverance?
It's like super
This
haunted.
sounds like The Deliverance. Oh God.
Yeah, so like that's a hot spot for like
Yes,
any paranormal
paranormal.
stuff. Anyways, I came home and it was like 2-3 in the morning, and I was just tore back, just really upset about the whole thing, and I text, and my mom was not about like Facebook or all that, but I was like, maybe she can see me, and I was like writing her. I'm like, Mom, I'm just happy that I'm glad that you're suffering. She went through cancer and everything, and she died at 50, and
Man, that's young.
but she burnt the wick at both ends. So
Okay.
anyways, so I messaged her, and I was like, hey Mom, I just want to let you know I love you, and I'm happy that like you're at peace, and like I'm trying to let it go. And then I had told my roommate, like, hey, make sure you leave the chain off the front door so I can get in when I get home. And so I get out of the car, and it's January, so it's cold, and I go to the front door, and the door's got the chain. I open the front door, and I can't get in, and I'm like, damn it, Jimmy, like, dude, you're supposed to leave the. So I go back to the car, and I go to text Jimmy. I'm like, hey man, like, are you awake? Like, I hope you're awake, man, because I'm gonna have to sleep in the car. And as I'm sitting there texting, I look to the front of the house where we had a palm tree, and the street light was over the car, and it was projecting onto the front of the house, and there's the palm tree, and I see a person with they're in like pajamas, like a white hoodie, and they had their hoodie on, and they were standing looking from behind the palm tree at me, and I was like, what is going on? Like, who's that? And like, but I couldn't see their face. It was like hoodie, and they kept peering, and then they would go behind the palm tree, and then they would peer. I'm like, who's fucking with me right now?
Right.
Like, what is happening? And
you said it's like 2:30.
yeah, there's nobody out, and so like, and then they step out in the full view, and they're like, come here, like, and I'm like, oh, the door must be open or whatever. So I get out of the car, and I run to the front door, and again, the door is locked with the chain, and I'm like, dude, has to be a prank or something. I'm now mad, and I go to walk away, and then that's when the chain comes off the door, and I like, and like Jimmy opens the door, and he's in his boxers, and he's like, hey man, I just got your text, and I'm like, are you home alone right now? And he's like, yeah, and I'm like, are you lying to me? And he's like, no, it's just me, dude. What, you look like you just saw a ghost. I'm like, dude, I just saw a person with a hoodie tell me to come to the front door, and he's like, dude, it's just me. And I was like so freaked out. And I'm like, dude, I think it was like my mom saying like, come to the door, he's gonna let you in or whatever. But that was like
especially at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
you think like your roommates are asleep.
Right. And sometimes I've told this story, and people are like, were you drunk? I'm like, no, I wasn't drunk.
No.
Like I was, like,
people just home. You don't think that because it's such a situation where people don't expect it to have those kind of experiences, they try to discredit it. But when you're clear and you hear or see or witness things. And I've had my share to a point where I used to dream so many things, and people like, please don't dream about me. And it you know, like deaths. I dreamed a miscarriage for somebody, but it's weird. It would be different people. Maybe I would see. It wouldn't necessarily be that person. But then somebody would come back to me and tell me something, and it's like, oh my God, it was you, you know?
Yeah.
And this is just weird.
You're
and
just in tune.
Right. And I
Right.
remember at one time saying, God, this is scary. And then it kind of calmed down. And then I felt like, oh, should I not ask for that?
Right.
To be,
Yeah.
because it's like this is a gift. I don't want to be
Such a gift. 'Cause
right.
I
didn't
wish
want to
I
be
had the gift.
right. I didn't want to be disrespectful of something of that. But I remember that it was coming so fast sometimes that it would freak me out.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, God, I don't know if I want to be able to, like, don't let me dream or don't let me see. And then I can remember feeling like one day, like, wow, I haven't had those visions or those things happen in a while. Does that mean that I blocked myself? Am I not allowing things to come through me? And then I think the maturity as you go through life, you recognize that those things can be more gifts than it is fear.
Yeah.
And you say, okay, God, I'm okay with being able to see or understand, or you'll ask for that vision or that innate ability. And I know even for myself, especially because of the last, 10, 12 years of my life that went such a different route, that I felt like I had to become more in tune with myself again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think a part of that alignment, when you got things that are blocking you, whether it's energy or stuff like that, it makes it harder for you to tap into those areas, I think.
Yeah.
But it's usually when you're not
Looking.
or you're not as you're not expecting it to
Right.
be.
But
Sleeping,
nonetheless, I feel like because even my dreams are here and there, and I'll remember a feeling or maybe
Right.
a couple of visions, but it's not like a couple of scenarios, but not, like, oh, I had this vivid dream about, it's pretty rare. But I still think, yes, I still think that you have to be at a certain vibration, or you have to be
Well, because we're all energy.
Right.
And that's
yeah.
the thing. If you really understand the aspect of people, that we come into the physical plane, but when we leave the physical plane, it does not necessarily mean that our energy is just evaporated.
So get this. So I saw this experiment, and it was like yesterday, and I sent it to you, Chris. This experiment was, what the hell was it? Basically, there was an instrument vibrating at 440 hertz. And then they put another instrument.
Tuning forks.
They weren't tuning forks.
Yeah, they were. With the ball.
Oh, it was
a
the
tuning- yeah,
sorry.
those are
I was
tuning
thinking it
forks.
was like anyway.
Okay.
But anyway, so yeah, it was like 440 hertz or something like that.
440, yeah.
And then they put a different hertz vibrating at whatever it was, I don't remember, near it, and nothing happened. But when they put the 440 hertz next to the 440 hertz, they both started vibrating.
Wow.
So the trip is that if we vibrate at the level that we vibrate, that's the manifestation. That's the collection of
That
whatever
energy.
you want.
Yeah,
The
frequency.
transference, yes.
Right. The transference. So if we're vibrating right now at a similar frequency, we're going to be huge.
Right.
We're all going to be
It's
on the same
interconnected.
mental. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
That was
It's
like
amazing.
just to see it physically done versus going like, oh, I know because I've heard it so many times. But to see it was like,
I think animals,
changing.
like when people say animals, I think animals are very much in tune.
for sure.
Let's say sometimes your animals will have different reactions to people, and they're in tune. They don't have the consciousness that we have in the way of thinking anything is wrong with it. They're only using their innate ability to react. And so, I think, like you said, sometimes you're not paying attention, or we're
You're inside yourself.
correct.
To
And a lot of us, we're so distracted these days,
we are.
big time.
I had to share. You reminded me this coincidentally when you were saying something about art, like opening that channel, that having that muscle to be able to accept or feel or connect, and you're like, I don't want to shut it down because then I still want to connect with this. As I mentioned earlier that I've been doing massage therapy forever, and I used to work with.
You touch a lot of energy.
Yeah, but there's I used to work with this therapist who her name coincidentally was Sherry, which is like my aunt that passed away. And she told me when I was going through during the time of my mom's passing and everything, and I was just such a mess. I was having narcolepsy episodes and I couldn't sleep and I was just a disaster. And I would take naps in my treatment room between appointments because I couldn't sleep at night. So I would sleep like during the day, and I'd have like these sleep paralysis episodes where I would be sleeping on the massage table and then I'd wake up and I couldn't move and I'm like paralyzed, and there were these shadow like I had the light dim in the room, so it wasn't pitch black, but there were these things standing
like
over the table, and I couldn't move and I was scared, and I'd have to throw my leg off the table to fall off the table, and then I could breathe again. And I go to Sherry and I'm like, Sherry, I'm having these things happen in my room, and like and then like sometimes when the lights dim and I'm massaging, I'll look in the mirror and like my face is changing shapes, and she's like, those are your ancestors, and she's like, I'm like, I don't know, like my mom said I was like psychic, and like I don't know if I want to like. She's like, once you open that door, if you really want to start talking to spirits, you can, but once you open it, you can't close it. So it's up to you. And
but when I hear you still have control over like saying, for instance, if before you go to bed you get like a tickle in your ear or a tickle on your toe, and it happens every fucking time, you can tell them to stop. They have to stop.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, but if you're...
This is what I heard from a medium.
Right.
Right. So you're like, but if you open up that channel and like they'll start coming in and like, messing with you in your life. And I don't know. Like there's all the mysteries of this.
You're like Ola May on Ghosts.
Yeah. Yeah. Ghosts. Yeah. Or
I love that movie.
Yeah, I was watching Ghost on the. I watched Ghost on the way to Georgia and was crying on the plane. And
Demi Moore, dear God, that's how she got her part, because she can cry on a freaking dime.
Yeah.
I love when I say Ghost is one of my favorite movies.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But it touches on what I think is kind of that experience what you're talking about. Because she was trying to, Ola May, Whoopi's character, she was trying to scam her way through, but she really was in touch.
Yeah.
And then when she finally realized that she had this gift of doing something, she gave into it. And it's amazing because I think that we have that ability, right? And we transfer so much. I think even like I was talking about something earlier today, when you get into these zones, and you can have these out-of-body experiences. And, I think as humans, we have so many abilities that we limit ourselves.
Our body limits ourselves, too. Right,
the mind and the level of what we're able to do and how we can transfer that ability. And, I just think that, we've dummied down ourselves. Technology,
food, and
environment, and so many things. 100%. But yeah, I do. I'm not surprised by any of it. And with what you're doing, like that massage therapy and that transference of energy and stuff like that, you pull up. It's easy to understand why you recognize that energy, because you're diving in it and you're touching into it a lot.
No, there's many times in massage therapy where I'll be massaging, I'm working, and like some people, nobody talks. Like sometimes people talk, but like sometimes I'll be working and nobody's talking, and then I'll be thinking about random thoughts, and then they'll say the thing I was thinking. And we're strangers, like we don't know each other, and then they say the thing that I was thinking, and I'm like, how am I transferring
that kinetic energy?
Yeah, it's like
man,
this
it's
weird
crazy.
thing. Am I picking up what they're thinking, or did they
That
think of what I'm
vibration,
thinking? Like, what's happening? I'll share during my mom's passing and everything, and that first week, I was so exhausted, and I went to work, and I was massaging, and I was just, and like I'm struggling to stay awake, and it's hard with that massage music. And
Oh God, I know it was probably putting you down. Yeah,
and then,
I can imagine.
I was working on a woman who was a sign language teacher.
Oh wow.
No, sorry, she was. I'm sorry. Let me take that back. This client was deaf, so she couldn't hear the music, and she passed out. It was a 90-minute massage, and she's just sleeping in this deep, deaf sleep. Like she's this out cold, snoring it up, and I'm massaging, and my mom was a sign language teacher. Oh, that's what I meant to say. So I'm massaging this deaf lady, and then I like did that thing where you just like doze, like in the Freddy Krueger movies, like you just doze, and within this amount of time, I have this dream that I'm at my mom's deathbed with her again, and she grabbed my arm and she's like, "I love you," and then I like pop back, and I just like, oh no, I'm like crying, massaging this deaf lady, snoring. And I was like, what is happening? This shit is so crazy.
Waiting for you to tell that story.
Oh yeah. My God. That was a crazy experience. I could imagine. I'm like, okay, I'm open. Like I'm agnostic. I'm just in the in between, but I'm open to everything. And I can't say definitively what something is, but I do believe in everything. Right. In a weird way. Right. But it is crazy. And then lastly, on the mom topic, just to put a case on this thing, and it's comedy related. During the time, it was 2013. I was upset, and like I wasn't leaving the house, and like I just was like trying to deal with everything, and then Ace's Comedy Club was at its prime in Murrieta. And Frank Castillo, he messaged me, and he's like, "Hey, dude, like, it's Saturday night, man, and it's packed here at Ace's. Like, why don't you come and do an opening spot? I know you need to get out of the house. You haven't been here in a while." And I was like, "Dude, like, now's not the time, man." And he's like, "You need to get out. Right. Like, get up. It's 300 people. It's packed. Just come do 5.
And this place is not open anymore.
No, they're not anymore. I know." But so I was like, all right, and like I was a regular there, so like I go in, and it's sold out, and like I go up on stage, and I had these 3 popsicle stick jokes that I had just based on like I had these stupid jokes, right? And I was like, I'm just gonna do my 3 jokes, and I'm gonna get out. And like I go up on stage, and I always did them in order. So this is the order that I would do. I would say, what is the cleanest joke? This is the cleanest joke I could possibly write. What is the best joke to tell when it's cold outside? An inside joke. That's like the first one. And then I would say, in 100 years, who will dig up Sarah Palin's body? A paleontologist.
Oh, wow.
It's stupid. It's stupid, right?
Oh, my God.
And then my favorite one was is the dirtiest popsicle stick joke. What do you use to see a prostitute in the future? A horoscope. So that's it, right? What do you use to see a prostitute in the future? A horoscope, right? Okay, so those are the 3 jokes, and I'd always do them in that order. So I was like, I'm going to go up on stage, and I'll do those 3 jokes, and I'm out. So
those are trademark jokes, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, those are my jokes. And so like I go up on stage, and I'm like, "Hey, everybody, I'm Christopher Keith Tyler. I'm going to be doing some quick jokes. I'm out of here. First joke." And so I go to tell the inside joke, right? And out comes, what do you use to see a prostitute in the future? A horoscope. And everyone laughs. But in my mind, I'm like, why are you doing the third joke? I did it backwards. Yeah. Why am I doing the third joke? And so I'm like, all right, do the first joke. Do the inside joke and get to it. So I'm like, what do you use to see a prostitute in the future? And I'm like crumbling, right? Because I'm like, why is that coming out of my mouth again? And the audience is like, ha 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 ha, like this part of the show, he's repeating the same joke again. And at this point, I'm like,
you freaking out.
I'm freaking out. I'm like, I'm about to confess. I'm about to break down. I'm about to start crying. Like, I didn't know what was happening.
Oh,
and I'm like, I'm bombing at this point. I went from one good joke to bombing instantly. And I'm like, just tell.
You got in your head.
I'm like, just tell the first joke. Just tell it. So I go to tell the first joke, and I'm like, what do you use to see a prostitute in the future? A horoscope. And at this point, I'm done. I'm like I'm about to pop, you know, and everyone, it's dead silent. And I'm like, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Like, what do I do? Do I confess? What do I happen? And all of a sudden I'm like, I have a 4-year-old son, and I'm so tired of repeating myself. And everyone's like, ah! They start laughing, and I'm like, I'm Christopher Keith Tyler, I'm out of here. And like, I ran off stage.
There.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And Frank and Rocky were like, what was that, dude? What were you? And I'm like, I gotta go home. I gotta go. Thanks for having me. And I left, and that was it.
I love the fact that it actually worked out, because you basically, that they didn't know, you were, it was a performance, but they didn't.
Right.
You didn't know that.
Right.
They might have thought that.
Right. It was a mess. It was
having
weird.
a breakdown.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
You was having a breakdown.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but they didn't know that.
Yeah. I almost had a seizure up there.
I know you did.
But that's it.
Wow.
That was a fun segment. Thank you for sharing everything.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
I appreciate you guys. And you know, the one thing I forgot to mention, if I could say this.
Yeah.
I just announced a few days ago, because I know you started out thanking your festival partners and things of that nature. But I just announced the Loudmouth, Sonny's Loudmouth Comedy Presents For the Love of Comedy Winter Comedy Festival, December 11th through the 15th in Temecula.
Wait, so you're having a
comedy festival, Winter Comedy Festival.
A winter comedy festival in Temecula, where?
December 11th through the 15th. So all
Another
details.
11 again.
Yeah, details will go to loudmouthcomedy.com to stay connected. The details line up. All the information will be coming forth very shortly.
Nice.
Sweet.
Yes, Loudmouth with 2 D's, Louddmouth.
This
comedy.
is the first festival?
This is the first For the Love of Comedy festival in Temecula. Yeah.
Well, then you'll have your summer, and we have we're summer, you're winter.
Yeah, so
we're
we got
kind
this.
of spring.
Well, this one is June 21st, so it's
That's
definitely
summer.
summer.
That's summer.
Yeah,
So,
we had April 1st.
Yeah.
May, and now this is June, the next one, our third
All right,
one.
right on.
Yeah, congratulations.
Congratulations to you guys.
Yeah, same to
you. Because I remember the other night when you said it, and I was like, okay, well, I knew I was going to see you today. And I said, I'll just share with you, because I released it a few days ago, just a small a little video snippet of the information. So we're talking about 5 days, over 10 shows, looking at 30 to 50 comics.
Nice.
That will do that lineup. So a big part of the reason I've been really trying to open up that realm with the Comedy Network to kind of get more comics to start opening up to coming out and networking more, and kind of stripping away a lot of the competitiveness of things, because it's not a need to be that or do that.
Thank you.
Thank you
yeah,
for
we're
doing
all in
that.
it for the same purpose.
That's
I've been
it.
trying to do that for years as well.
And
so
I hear that
agree with
quite
you.
a bit, honey. So I understand. Yeah.
October 1st.
It's the networking event, yes.
December 11th through the 15th, Comedy Festival Winter.
Yeah,
Winter.
For the Love of Comedy.
In Temecula.
For the love of comedy.
Yeah, technically, my headphones just came undone a little bit. So, well, I mean, if you want to get technical, like, you're doing the Temecula Festival, and Solaris is literally on Murrieta Temecula city line.
Oh, okay.
So we're in Murrieta. So
Correct.
So technically, you are the Temecula Festival. We're the Murrieta Festival.
I know. Because that's what I say. I got to come to Solaris. So I'm looking forward to coming to your Monday nights. And Salute Lounge, guys. Make sure y'all check this open mic out on Thursday. It's a perfect space to come into.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that I took that chance, because I saw the information, and I said, because I was headed to Menifee that night. And I said, let me get over here. And I said, let me try to hopefully, you know, I saw the time and you guys were just getting started, and I was like, I'm glad I made this decision to come over this way.
Meant
So
to be.
it was meant to be.
That's cool.
Love it
you're
first,
wonderful.
Mike.
Now, where can we find you? Where can everybody find you online? Where do you recommend people find you?
I'm on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Loudmouth, Louddmouth. On Instagram, I'm on Loudmouth. On TikTok is Loudmouth Sonny. I do have a Loudmouth TikTok that's just generalized for Loudmouth, you know, marketing entertainment group. But Loudmouth Sonny is my active on TikTok, and I just really started TikToking more this year because I really wasn't TikToking as much.
Yeah.
It was just the inevitable. You got to TikTok. And y'all know, you see what's happening with TikTok. They under some heavy scrutiny with the, with the,
they
with the
have
courts.
been, but I don't think they're going to.
Yeah, that'll collapse a lot of shit if they do that.
Yeah, I don't think they
there's
will.
a lot happening.
Livelihoods.
Man,
Yeah.
it'll be a fight around here, man. These people be it'll be an uproar.
Don't want to piss off a creator.
I'm just saying.
I'll make a video
The life
about
of
it.
influencers is the rise of
We have more power than we even
Ever.
can fathom.
Yeah,
We just
yeah.
have to use it.
That's it.
And this is why this is happening.
Yeah. And that's why I'm like, I've always been about, my business has always been about being a resource. So, you know, I try to tell people, because I'm communicating with different personalities and stuff, and you understand this as a promoter and talking to comics, and I think that a lot of times comedians get caught up with being egotistically driven, and there's not a competition. Nobody can ever beat being you.
Right.
So if you stay committed to being your best self, and don't look at other people or other comics or other situations as a competitive situation, it opens up way more opportunities.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I 100% agree.
Yeah, man.
That's right.
So that's where I'm at. That's my position.
Thank you.
So, and for all of those who say, hey, Sonny, how about you performing? And right now I'm on that promoter producer hat right now. I'm trying to make sure that the systematic thing is right and tight. And trust me, when I'm ready to, you know, roll off all the way and throw out on that mic, and I'm doing some things.
Yeah, and
but
you're
just not.
and-
That's not
yeah.
the focus. You hear this. You understand this. You guys have done 2 festivals, so applause to you guys.
Thank you.
Because it's not easy
Right.
at all.
Yeah.
You know, it's not easy at all. Trying to get people out, trying to do the show, trying to commit and comment, connect to comedians, and trying to get them to come, and it's a lot.
Yeah.
And you're doing multiple spaces, so it's a lot. It's taxing, and so for those who don't understand that, you know, hopefully this will unite more, because I've heard so much of that same response of what you said, that for years that you've been wanting to try to open that gate up, and you know, not to say there's not resistance, but I do believe you just keep going,
As long as you're
and your
doing
people will
something.
find you. That's the truth. Your people will find you.
Your vibration.
that.
Yeah. Just stay focused on what you're doing.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you, honey.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. I've
Yeah.
enjoyed this.
Amy, where can everybody find you? What do you want to put out to the world?
Oh, I don't know. My usual, guys. My usual. So on IG, it's Shades of Despair.
Ooh, I'm following you today.
I'm following you today. What else? Oh, I've been sort of TikToking a little bit more. I believe I'm Amy EQ.
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
Just look up my name, Amy Quirk. And then
Yeah.
my website for my art is www.abyssicreveries.com.
Word.
Yeah. And then I'm Christopher Keith Tyler, CKT. You can find me on everything but Snapchat. It's the only one I don't
ain't
do.
on Snapchat either.
Yeah, that's not
I ain't
my-
snapping. I ain't snapping shit.
Yeah. I haven't
just
even
ain't-
met anybody
I
that
never
asked
really
me.
liked Snap.
Yeah.
I just
saw
never
it
got
once.
into it.
Like, I don't care.
I was like, this is not for me.
Yeah.
I didn't snap.
I mean, I guess there's a
I might
big
pop and
community.
roll,
Yeah.
but I ain't snapping. And I think about Facebook, Sonny Smith, and then Loudmouth Radio Network, you know, so Loudmouth Radio too.
Yeah, loudmouthradio.com.
We gotta have you guys. Yeah, you guys we gotta have y'all.
Yes. we'd
Totally,
love
for
to.
sure. I love
I came to your house. I'm in the house of comedy,
Yeah.
entertainment. You gotta come into the house of Loudmouth Radio.
Yeah.
I'm so glad because we're gonna have fun. I can
Yeah.
already see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I heard about the brunch you're doing, so we got to catch up because that's right around my birthday too. So
Oh, that's, yeah.
dates and everything, and
Wait, when
yeah,
is the brunch?
October 13th.
October
13th.
I was gonna say the 12th.
Yep, he said the 13th.
No, October 13th.
The 13th.
No. October 13th is our next comedy
brunch.
No.
Oh.
The roast battle, Crow Fights.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the next comedy brunch.
I think it's the 22nd then.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
it's
everybody
a Sunday. It's a Sunday at 1:00.
2-2.
Yeah.
Okay.
2-2.
So y'all like numbers too. So
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah. So y'all follow us. Hell, we don't remember everything. That's why we put it on social media.
That's right.
Every day I wake up after my crazy dreams and I have to recalibrate and I'll look at. I'm like, oh yeah, I did post all that.
I know. It's
I'm
crazy.
Like, oh,
it's a lot.
I gotta
from
stick
TikTok
with this.
to Instagram to Facebook. I know.
Yeah.
God, it's a lot. And you got to do it
Right.
because that's where the people at. So you got to do it.
Yeah, the journey.
I know.
And you figure out a way to like condense,
You
get
got
faster, get faster.
Yeah. You find your way, your
Working
system.
on that.
Same.
Yeah.
I do.
All right, let's end it there.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Thank you,
guys.
Sonny. We will see you. Follow Sonny. Follow her.
Dude,
and
amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
and leave comments.
I know.
Let's
Let us
make
know.
a community.
Let us know he's doing. He doing his thing.
Yeah, even if you're a ghost, leave a comment somehow.
Yeah, Casper, let's go.
Tug on my foot tonight. I'll be
Come on,
waiting
Casper.
for you.
Yeah, tug on his foot, not on mine.
Oh yeah, we put the Kaw in comedy. Yeah,
Love
take
it.
care.
Hey, it's KAWmedy Krow here. Thanks for watching that whole episode. That was a lot of fun. Pretty weird stuff. We got more stuff for you if you click all these other links. Check them out. It's really neat. We appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Bye.